What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm your girl, Lady T. Tonight, we're talking Hollywood Divas, y'all. Now, as you know, this was a two-part reunion, and to be honest, this episode was boring as hell, y'all. Like, they really could have kept this shit and just condensed it into one episode, because it was some parts that were giving me life, and then some parts you could just tell they was dragging this out to give us a two-part reunion. And sometimes you don't need that shit. Sometimes that's just like redundant and unnecessary. And I was just over it. This episode, I was just over it. Like I said, they could have condensed this into one episode and skipped all of this buffoonery that was unnecessary and just petty. Anyway, y'all, let's get into it. First, we start back from where we left off, with Golden walking off the stage. She is just over it, y'all. Let's just put it out there. She's over it. She's not only over Forrest with his disrespectful ass, and I'm so tired of Forrest just compensating for his manhood every chance he get. We get it, Forrest. Paula dogs you out every chance she gets, so therefore you gotta turn around and act like a bitch ass nigga every chance you get. Disrespectful ass. Like, you gotta compensate for your lack of balls. So you call yourself, bucking up at women, and I don't like that. First with Paula mama, not with Golden. Who you think you fooling? Because she run the house and you can't say shit to her, you think you can pop off at another bitch. And it ain't going down like that. I'm so glad that Golden checked you the end of last episode, because you deserved it. Just because you don't run shit at home don't mean that you can talk to anybody else any old kind of way. You need to have several seats. Well, anyway, like I said, she's over the whole thing. She's over Forrest, but she's particularly over the fact that they keep bringing up this drink situation. Like she said, like, it's stupid. This is a hot ghetto mess. Like, we got other shit we could be talking about. This is what we reduced to. We reduced to talking about drinks. We reduced to arguing over something that stemmed over a drink situation that happened over 10 years ago that may or may not happen. Like, come on now. So I was with her on this, and I was glad that she didn't just leave. She expressed her annoyance with the situation, regained her composure, and she came back out there. She wasn't just like, well, I'm fucking leaving and I'm over it. You know how some people do on reunion shows for dramatics? I'm glad she didn't do that. She just voiced her opinion, got it together, and went back out there. So anyway, then we move on to Paula mama, and bitch ass Forrest. I'm sorry. Until he can be a respectable man, he's always going to be known to me as bitch ass Forrest. So anyway, bitch ass Forrest calls himself trying to apologize. First, he apologizes to Paula's mother because he says he wasn't raised like that, but he was just taken aback because him and Paula's mother for a while were not in a good place, but they were starting to really get along the past couple of years or so, and he felt like all this shit she was talking about, him getting a job and him being lazy, was just coming from nowhere, and he kind of got into his feelings and popped off, and he shouldn't have. Now, this is my thing. If you wasn't raised like that, then it wouldn't even came out of you. You just, like I said, you in your feelings because Paula runs that damn house. And you got to prove and overcompensate that you a man. Whatever. How about you get a job and prove your manhood that way? And then he apologizes to Golden, saying that he didn't mean, to come at her like that or whatever. And she accepts his apology. I was there for Golden. Golden can be real dramatic and she can get on my nerves sometimes. But I really do think she took the adult approach in this situation. And then they asked Paula mama, what was her problem with Forrest. And basically her problem is like what she's been expressing throughout the whole season, that he don't got a job and that Paula, has the heavy burden of providing for the family. She doesn't think that's right. She feels like, he's the husband. He should be providing, or at the very least, they should be a team. He shouldn't be not working. And he clears up saying, I do work. I may not make as much money as Paula, but I do work. Well, I can't tell. Because if y'all were both working or bringing in some type of income, y'all wouldn't have been living in that dusty-ass extended stay. But anyway, then we got Todd. He asked questions from the audience or whatever. And no, Laura, let me backtrack before we get to the question and answer segment of this whatever this is. I guess it's the second part of the reunion. Like I said, it really could have been just one episode. But anyway, so before they get to the question and answers from the audience, Paula, Forrest, and Golden, they're talking because Curtis King, he's the host. He asks, about the whole situation where Paula accuses Golden of wanting her man. And Paula admits that she don't think that Golden wants her man. She just felt like she had to check her because she was being a little flirtatious. And Golden admits, yeah, I was maybe being a little, flirtatious, but it wasn't even like that. She was like, number one, I would never really honestly flirt with your man because that ain't how I'm cut. I respect the marriage. I would never flirt with your man in front of your face like that. And she was like, that's just part of my nature. I mean, I flirt with everybody. And she was like, and I really wasn't flirting with your man, to be honest with you. So anyway, they bypassed that, And then, like I said, we go to the questions and answers from the audience. And then one girl asks, Golden, who her baby daddy is. She asks her, is it the guy from Single Ladies, who plays Malcolm? And, Golden just was like, yeah. And she kept it moving. She didn't, elaborate on it. Even though the girl seemed like she was really trying to get into her business. But, Golden, like I said, being respectful, she asked the question and she kept it moving. Then some other person asked, Elise, what kind of friend was she to basically go back and tell Golden what Lisa had said about her and vice versa. And she said, well, look, I'm just really getting to know Lisa, and basically my loyalty was to Golden because we are friends outside of this whole project, and I'm just really getting to know Lisa. So yeah, I told my friend what was up, and she kept it moving too. They could, both Golden and Elise, I guess, could tell that the people from the audience was trying to comfort them, but they handled it like troopers. They answered the questions and kept it moving, even though the people from the audience were trying to be shady. So whatever. Then they move and they talk to Countess. They show clips of how she went to therapy, and she was talking about how when she was younger, people on the set of 227 was calling her fat and ugly, and how that ruined her self-esteem. And, she thanks Curtis King for this opportunity, and she is happy that she got therapy because she says she's in a much better place. It don't even bother her to see the footage from the show because, like I said, she's in a much better place. And, she just is really appreciative for the opportunity to actually learn a lot about herself and get some self-healing. And then they talk to Golden and Countess because they go back to where, Golden was always talking about how she's in charge of this and all that stuff, and trying to tell, Countess that she got to fix her inside before she fix her outside. And basically, Countess was telling her, like, look, you were called, I heard you call me a whale. And she was like, that's not what I meant. And she was like, it's never what you mean, but it's always how you come off. And she was like, well, what kind of friend would I be if I wouldn't tell you the real? If I wouldn't tell you, that you need to fix what's going on within you instead of just going to get liposuction. I wouldn't be a friend. I said, yeah, girl, go get that liposuction, knowing that you still hurting in the inside. And I'm with Countess. I get what you're saying, but you actually will be a better friend if you did that, because you wouldn't come off as if you being preachy or if you being judgmental. Because even when she was, trying to explain to Countess why she said the things that she said, she was still trying to psychoanalyze her, and I wasn't there for it. Then they talk about Countess's abortion, and, she talks about the pressure that she faced with, the Parkers just being a brand new show. She was 18, and how she didn't want to sacrifice her career at the time because she had so many people relying on her. And like she admitted, she said she wasn't ready to be a mother. Even though she had money and she could have taken care of it, she wasn't mentally responsible or mentally ready to take on that situation. And I understand that, and I just feel bad for her because she dealt with it alone. Like she said, nobody knew until now. And Carlos asked her, well, have I been calling this guy Curtis all this time? Oh my God, y'all, excuse me, Lord Jesus help me. Oh man, Carlos, Carlos has asked her, y'all, forgive me today. Anyway, Carlos asked her, how did her family react? And she said, they good. They love me regardless. They love me unconditionally. And I'm glad that she got the support of her family, because it's not easy to come out with something like that, because you never know how people are going to react. People have a way of being very judgmental, especially when you talk about something like abortion, especially a self-inflicted abortion. So, and I'm just glad that people are rallying around Countess, because she seems like a very genuine person. And she deserves all the love that she's been getting. Then, y'all, we get to this whole thing about the White Sisters Project. And this is where Countess was giving me life. Hold on, let me check my time. Okay, Countess was giving me life because everybody was going in on Paula because Paula was never there. And her thing was, y'all gotta understand, I was homeless, living in a hotel, and all these opportunities came to me at once, and I just felt like I had to get it while I can get it. And I understand that. Get your money how you get it. I'm not trying to take that away from you, but it's also called communication. People would have been helping you out. People would have rallied for you. People want to see you win, Paula, but you gotta be, you gotta be forthcoming. And what I didn't get is, like, it was so funny because they was getting in on her. And even Countess was like, look, you got to be careful what you say around her, because she changes her situation all the way around and try to make your ideas her ideas. And so while everybody's going in on Paula, Countess is sitting back there giving all these expressions that I just lived for, and she's saying stuff that's being picked up on the mic like, man, can I take my shoes off? I'm ready to go. And Paula's sitting up here trying to play the victim and trying to explain her case, and here go Countess, bye Felicia. Oh my God, bye Felicia. I was here for it. So anyway, then they go to the White Sisters trailer. Y'all, this shit look like a hot ass mess. Like I've been saying on these reviews, it looked like a low budget, straight to Netflix, straight to DVR type of shit. This shit was some bullshit. Hopefully the movie, wherever it's gonna be, is a little bit better than this trailer, because it looked like some D-list movie. No, EFG movie. I don't know. So anyway, after they watch the trailer and everybody talks about how they appreciate the opportunity, Carlos King asks everybody if they're going to come back for next season, if they were offered a season 2. And everybody, of course, says yes. And of course, guess what? Lo and behold, there will be a season 2. I'm kind of here for it because even though I was wretched, I lived for some of what was going on. So anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Till next time, peace and love.